everybody! Thank you for joining a very special edition of Two Clueless Dudes. We are. If you're listening on RadioVegas.rocks, awesome. Thank you for listening. If you want a visual experience, just go to twocluelessdudes.com. You can find us on Twitch, find us on YouTube, and we're always live on Facebook. Today, if you'll notice, there is no Hank.
We're Hankless tragically today.
We are Hankless tragically today. We
traded him for this microphone. We
Yes.
sold him off at sea, and his labor at sea has already... the down payment for him was
Yes.
this lovely fella.
Yeah, he had to sit on a rhinoceros stool, so he's still recovering from that. So
That rhinoceros recovery is another thing.
we wish him a speedy recovery.
Man, I think we're going to do good with the mic closer to me, because you can be loud.
I'm loud. I'm a loud guy.
You're killing it right now. You sound great.
Okay, good.
So everyone holla if you like the sound of this guy.
Whoop, 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 whoop. If we are
Mad
on
Mike in the house.
I will pop this on.
I like that we're changing focus a lot of times. I hope we'll settle down on some focus. But for you Radio Vegas folks, we've got a brand new, fresh burst of Two Clueless Dudes. If this is the first time you've come into this show, welcome, because we've got the Tesla truck. We've got all kinds of crazy stuff we want to talk to you about that makes life interesting and fun and great that you can take with you home all day.
Yes. So today I'm really going to talk to you a lot, other than some incredible news stories and a Tesla truck, which we'll probably just jump right into. I have a lot more stuff that I've kind of gone over and we haven't really had a chance to talk to you about it, like Disney Plus, the Mandalorian.
Disney Plus launched.
Yes, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. Or is it? Let's go ahead and we're gonna jump right in. We're gonna jump right into this Tesla truck. Now I don't know if you've seen the Tesla truck, but we're gonna pull it up for you so you can kind of get a visual, and then maybe you could tell me exactly what Elon Musk was thinking.
It sounds like you don't like it, like you're not stoked on it.
What the fuck was he thinking? Look at it. Okay, I'll be honest. I really can't knock it that much because I've actually designed a truck that looked exactly like this when I was 12 using erector set parts. I was supposed to make a Jeep, and that's basically close to the shape that it came out to roughly. So I feel like he probably went to like a 12-year-old and said, "Here's a bunch of parts. Make me a truck. What would it look like in your eyes?" And this is what he came up with.
Yeah, like that 12-year-old totally didn't know which part's the front or the back of the truck usually, or lots of confusion about that. Like, I'm not sure if it's coming or going necessarily. I don't want to jump right to making fun of it, because overall I like it, but my first impression was not.
What is it that you do like about it?
I like that it's got strong angles, because I feel like that's a truck thing. It might be hitting that strong
elbows
angle.
have good angles.
I like that the middle of it really seems
elbows?
like the middle. I fucking love elbows, man. Don't get me started. That's the part of a woman that gives me what I want.
But give us some specs. Like, I know it goes 0 to 60 in like 2.6 seconds.
It's really high off the ground. There's no messing with the high off the ground time.
Right.
The headlight is just a bar.
That's
weird,
right?
For audio folks, you're going to get this perfectly, because just picture a truck that the top is just a point. So there's the front and the back, and they're wedge time, and it's just two wedges, and that's all you got.
God. Honestly, if you look at it sideways,
there's no
the
hood.
two doors, it kind of looks like a house.
Yeah.
With the little...
From the side, it's like a triangle house situation.
Yeah, like a mobile home. That's what it is. It's a mobile home.
It's a mobile home. It's a really stealthy, cyberpunky looking mobile home situation now.
It is. So, did they give a cost point on what this was?
Oh, you know what? They might have, but... Oh, yeah, actually, like a base model will be around 60-something. Like, you'll get a decent one around 60.
See, $60 I would do.
$60? Yeah, no problem. When you zoom in on the tire, the ridges on the tire go with the spokes and the wheel. That's pretty cool.
That's different.
It's molded into the tire.
See, I applaud him for, like, the technology that he puts into this, but, like... Who's really going to be able to drive this looking like that? I mean, look at how angular.
I will every day.
That just
I want it.
The front windshield is. I mean, I feel like you would be driving like this. Because it would just come right up over your face.
Well, here's the thing. You've got this front windshield that
Tell me when to turn!
The hood and the front windshield are at the same tilt. So, like, it goes straight from hood to windshield, and there's no separation there. And the trunk, the bed is the same way. It's got edges that are like your back windows. But it's 4 doors, and it's going to be just like their other cab forward, like a Lamborghini, and also like a Honda Fit is like that too.
You know what
your
this
dashboard, is? The dashboard, you just can't reach the end of the dashboard.
You know what this is? This is a 4x4 version of the DeLorean.
Oh, the DeLorean look is unmistakable.
It is a DeLorean truck. I wonder if it's got Coke under those headlights. That might be worth trying.
That's how they'll get it funded.
Yeah!
Lots
Honduras.
of hidden pockets.
Lots of hidden
pockets on the Tesla Cybertruck.
That's great. Yeah, so I think that's kind of interesting that that's kind of how that is playing out.
Are you stoked? Because I'm really into it. I really want to see some other truck manufacturers get brave too, and stop making the same shapes like Americans are too wussy to try something new.
Yeah. No. Okay. Now, if you go back to
challenging.
If you go back to the mid '80s or even to the early '90s, do you remember basically everything was shaped like a Chrysler box?
Yeah.
Every car was box.
And then after the Taurus, that was the bubbly Taurus, everything became bubbly in the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
Them and Toyota and Ford made everything
bubbly.
Bubble time. Yeah.
Yes. And now the big thing is Honda likes to squinch everything together.
Yeah, and then extra fins sticking out of it.
Yeah,
Honda and Toyota are competing at how many anime robot fins they can stick on their cars.
Yeah, and does it make you go faster? I don't know.
Okay, if we're going to talk about cars for a second, have you seen, speaking of these fellas, there's a new Toyota EA86. Am I butchering it? Am I got the numbers wrong? The AE, that Toyota AE that was a big deal in Japan, never came to America. No, I'm thinking about the Supra. Okay.
The Supra, yeah.
Sorry.
They just released a new Supra.
So Toyota released a new Supra, and it's really controversial because they co-developed it with BMW. And BMW released a companion car that Toyota helped them with.
Interesting.
So it's an unusual Toyota in that it has a lot of BMW drivetrain, but it's an unusual job for BMW, an unusual BMW companion, because the drivetrain had to meet all kinds of different reliability specs that BMW doesn't have.
Oh, wow.
So BMW was extra challenged, and actually, if I remember right, it delayed the release of it for
Wow.
BMW trying to make it Toyota level reliability.
Dang.
But Toyota still wanted certain BMW performance aspects
Right.
of the drivetrain, since it's
Well,
no Lexus.
They've done this before. They did it with the Scion FRS.
Really?
Yes.
Was that a team with BMW too?
It was actually teamed with Subaru.
No, I didn't know that.
And so when Scion went out of business, they ended it. Subaru now released the BRZ, which is the Toyota FRS.
Are emphasizing on the table.
This.
Yeah.
And that's coming through.
Yeah, it
My
sounds
bad.
Sounds like a little tiny trampoline.
But yes, that's exactly what's happened. So Toyota's actually done this before.
Yeah.
And I don't know to what level, I don't know if you've seen the Supra. It looks like kind of Pinocchio. It's got this weird nose thing going on.
Yeah, and it's really
But it's not
interesting side by side with the BMW that's its companion, because they have the same wheelbase and it seems like the same platform, but such a different body aesthetic.
Really?
So much more rounded and plain on the BMW, whereas the Supra is a little bit finnier.
Yeah, very finny. And that's
Yeah.
the thing. Germans are right now, like Mercedes has said, angular shapes are dead. Everything's supposed to be curved now. So
Cybertruck.
and then Cybertruck appears.
But I mean, the Teslas, the rest of them are going to be curvy and feminine and Lotus inspired.
Yeah.
But a truck should look like a hatchet.
I feel like this is something that we would see in Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Or
And
Cyberpunk.
And I like that about it, because
It does have that industrial.
And I feel like Teslas were already hinting towards that. I feel like the Model 3 already has this grill-less kind of pre-future thing going. Pre-future? What does that mean?
Pre-future. Like the DeLorean.
Don't I sound fancy with my pre-future?
You do. So that is the Tesla truck. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Disney Plus, which just came out now. I think everyone and their grandma has Disney Plus at this point.
Nope.
You don't?
No.
Oh. So, I mean,
for me, Disney time is like an event with multiple people. So if I'm going to be watching any stuff on Disney Plus, I'll probably be with someone else that has Disney Plus. I don't watch a lot of Disney stuff alone.
So this is the thing with Disney Plus. Like, it's ridiculously cheap. You can get it bundled with Hulu and ESPN Plus if you want to. And I think when we got it, it was bundled together. We bought it for like 3 years. You buy like 3 years for like $140. It was a good deal. Yeah, it was like $4 a month. So, but here's my issue with Disney Plus. I don't like it. I don't watch it. We watch it for about 30 minutes.
You're not getting the use out of it, huh?
No, we watch it for about 30 minutes a week. That's it. No, my wife, she'll watch some of the older shows that are nostalgic. She'll just put it on if she wants to put something on. It's
something that she can put on, kicking it like I do with YouTube and my YouTubers.
Exactly, yeah. But they released like 10 different shows that are original content, but really there's only like 2 shows that are original content. Then they release like the High School Musical, which is basically just for kids. There's no interest in what I would consider the target market, the people that actually purchased, the Disney Plus.
And I don't know how much I really want to push original content. See, I'd rather have good classics than original content that's not great.
But I've seen the classics. If you're launching something, give me something that I can jump into that's new. Let me see the new Disney.
Yeah, but what if the new Disney sucks?
Then let me experience the suckageness now versus having to spread it out over the next few months. Because, like, The Mandalorian, they spent $100 million. $100 million. And I was very excited. I was like, man, I can't wait to binge this. You can't. You can't binge it because they only released 1 episode. And then last Friday, they released another episode. And today, there's now the 3rd episode. But here's the thing. They're not even hour long. I was expecting at least an hour long. They're not. They're like 40 minutes. And there's only 8 episodes. You basically just made a movie and then cut it into a series.
Yeah, and just slapped it on there.
That's all you did.
Which isn't, I guess I don't really care.
That annoys the shit out of me.
Does it?
Yes.
Because I feel like as long as you're not cramming a bunch of commercials in there, I don't really care too much how you slice it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, and here's the thing. I feel...
Is your copy on the iPad playing?
It is.
This mic's sensitive. I can
hear you hear it?
Yeah.
I don't even know how to turn it down.
No, just tap it. Give her a tap. That you can do it that way too.
Ooh.
For you folks, he swiped into that.
I'm learning.
Volume fella.
So the thing is, when I watch a series, I want it to be more informative than what you would get in a movie.
To go deeper than a movie. Okay, that's a really good point that I didn't think of.
That's the point of a series.
I was like, okay, slice up the movie however you want. Just give me the fun characters or whatever I'm into.
Right, but
you can't go deep on. You can't go as deep on those characters without that series kind of action now.
Right.
That's the point you're making.
A great example of that to me is Stranger Things on Netflix. Stranger Things, the first 2 seasons were like 10 episode seasons, maybe even 13 episode seasons. And you really get to dive into these incredible characters. And then they released the 3rd season and it's only 8 episodes and everything feels crammed, rushed. There's not really any development.
Oh.
It really pissed me off. They did the same thing with Jack Ryan on Amazon. I was so excited. I loved the first season.
Jack Ryan? Every time you say Jack Ryan, it activates the glove.
Yeah, Jack Ryan.
That's the name of a show? That's like the most forgettable name.
Tom Clancy wrote these novels called Jack Ryan.
It's based on a thing. All right.
It's about an analyst, CIA operative type deal.
Only Tom Clancy could get away with that kind of super forgettable name because you're buying it because it says Ryan. Clancy on it.
Exactly. And it stars Jim from The Office.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
And the first season I really liked, but the second season's only 8 episodes again. And you're following along, and all of a sudden it just it comes to an end, and it's almost like a very Scooby-Doo ending. And I'm like, had you had 2 more episodes, you could have made this all fit together so much better. Please give us 10 episodes. That's all I ask. Just give us the 10 goddamn episodes. How hard is it to get 10 goddamn... And Disney, stop releasing things once every week. Just, if you're going to let things binge, let us binge. But release more content. I'm shocked that the only big-time show that Disney Plus has is The Mandalorian, which I know has Baby Yoda. Even I can't dispute its goddamn cuteness. It's cute, okay? I get it!
Just to argue with you, though, I have to make the point that for any media organization to, like, have a good library to start with, they're a contender. And now it's dumb for, some organizations, like... some network TV channels, for example, you couldn't start a whole network with your programming. You just don't have enough backlog that's good. It's better to team with something like Netflix or Hulu. Mm-hmm. But Disney really, especially after acquiring Marvel, has a huge backlog to have a good library there. And that's how all these started. Hulu and Netflix did perfectly fine without originals in the beginning.
That's the thing.
But in today's climate, you need those originals.
They really don't have that big of a catalog. Because they don't have rights to almost half of the shit that they say is on there. So you'll see the picture, and you're like, oh, I'm going to go watch the live-action Cinderella. And it tells you, due to licensing agreements, this won't be available until 2021.
Oh, so they're really putting some carts in front of the horses on things that you thought was Disney property.
Yes. And you're like, so half the shit you can't even watch.
I didn't know that was going on.
Mm-hmm. So, one... there's stuff that you can't watch, and a lot of it's the new stuff. So the stuff that you're excited to go watch, you can't. 2, they only released a few original content shows and only 1 episode of each. So we got through all of the new original content in like an hour and a half.
No.
And you're done. Because you're like, okay, well, that's it. Maybe 2 hours.
That's hysterical.
There's this cool thing on Walt Disney that was really awesome, and Imagineering, and and then the Mandalorian, and then Jeff Goldblum. He's got The World According to Jeff Goldblum.
That's a thing?
That is.
Okay, and that's a Disney original thing? But
it is a Disney
because
original.
They're not letting you binge. You've only got these wait a week, get an hour and a half, wait a week, get an hour and a half.
If I want that, I just watch regular TV.
It's pretty funny.
Right? Yeah. I mean, so now it's almost worth to not watch Disney for a year. And that way when you jump in, man,
then you've got some stuff.
You got some stuff to do. You know what I mean? Just stick to Hulu, binge on some stuff, binge on some Scrubs. You know, that's The Office. That's binge-worthy.
That's real stuff that you put on and hang out with.
Exactly. Yeah. Arrested Development. We're talking about.
That's perfect for that, yeah.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, these are perfect shows to spend time with.
Yes.
And it lets... that's perfect stuff to have an advertiser sneak in on, too, for that Hulu model. Although, I spend the extra couple bucks on Hulu to not have any ads. I'm going to add...
Yeah, me too.
No ads for this kid.
It's worth just not doing the ads. I don't want them. I don't need them. That's the point of the service, is to not have those interruptions and to be able to watch the show all the way through. And what I like with Hulu is when a show is released, so they keep it in real time.
Careful there, dump bong on the table.
All right. So they keep it in real time. So what that means is if you watch The Masked Singer and you're up to the current season and they just released a new Masked Singer, boop, that's immediately downloaded onto Hulu. So you can go ahead and just watch it commercial free.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a way. That's a way to do it.
That's great. And I'm surprised that Disney Plus hasn't done something like that with all of its current TV shows on Disney right now and integrate that. Maybe they will later in the future. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I'm not super sold on Disney Plus. I think it will be good. I just don't think it's there yet.
Yeah, understandably.
Mm-hmm. Should we go ahead and pay some bills?
Golly, I believe it's already Bob Thornton time, folks.
We got to go ahead and make some ducats right here. So thank you for tuning in. If you're listening on RadioVegas.rocks, fantastic. If you are watching us on Facebook, Twitch, if you're on YouTube or just twocluelessdudes.com, feel free to download the RadioVegas.rocks app, and you can listen on your phone, which is pretty awesome. And we'll be right back. We're going to pay some bills.
Also, check out this crazy station we're a part of, too.
Original glory. Streaming live 24/7, it's LV. LV Classic Rock is back. Hi, it's your friend on the radio, Dennis Mitchell, and we're back to rockin' and rollin' just we just kept it going on the internet, and now it's back in all its original glory. Streaming live 24/7, it's LV Classic Rock, and all you have to do to enjoy it is go to the website, lvclassicrock.com, and use the online player, or get the free Radio Vegas Rocks app. That way you'll never be without LV Classic Rock, Las Vegas' best classic rock station.
What is Jesse Ray's Barbecue? Well, it's a tiny, unassuming place with a modest menu of platters, sandwiches, and house-made sauces. Located at 5611 South Valley View, by the smell alone, you're going to know you're in the right place. Come try the award-winning slow-smoked ribs, chicken, pulled pork, hot links, and brisket. The sauce is also something to talk about, as you will want to eat it with every bite. Here's a tip. Their sauces are available for purchase. When people ask you, how do you like Jesse Ray's Barbecue? You'll say, like most people I know, I don't like it, I love it. Jesse Ray's Barbecue is 100% legit. Stop on by for a meal that will satisfy your barbecue-loving lips. Mention RadioVegas.rocks for 10% off your order. Jesse Ray's, located at 5611 South Valley View on the corner of Valley View and Russell. Come in, take a bite, find out why they're so award-winning.
Is your butt a crudely built birdhouse?
No.
Then why are you sanding it with toilet paper? Dude wipes have aloe vera to protect your sensitive side. See? Sensitive.
Come on, dude, take it to the hole.
Do you want to pay more for a new car or new home or less? Yeah! Do you want to pay higher interest rates on your credit cards or even to refinance student loan debt or less? Yeah! The secret to paying less on everything is a better credit score. Is your credit score less than 700? Do you even know? Well, now at the same time, you can learn exactly what your credit score is and learn how to make it better. And when you call our special credit repair hotline, you'll speak to an expert that will tell you simple steps to start improving your credit score. And the call and consultation are FREE. That's free. I'm telling you, the secret to paying less is a better credit score, and you can fix it right now. So please make this free call and change your life.
877-857-1658. 877-857-1658. That's 877-857-1658.
All right.
Welcome
it is
back.
That time. And we're back. It's Two Clueless Dudes on RadioVegas.rocks.
What's going on, everybody? Thank you if you are just tuning in. If you decide to watch this later, awesome for you. You can't comment, but you can always comment after and we can go back through it. No big deal. We just talked a little bit about Disney Plus, The Mandalorian. I'm going to get into The Mandalorian a little bit more now.
Yeah, what is that for people that don't know what you're even talking about? It's a Star Wars thing?
Yeah, it's basically based off of a race of bounty hunters. You know, like Boba Fett.
Oh, there's a popular character.
Yeah, Boba Fett's very popular. He was a Mandalorian.
Did you call him Bobo?
Boba.
Bobo. Boba.
Boba Fett?
Boba drink. The Boba tea. Boba tea Fett.
Yeah, Bobo Tea Fett. So it's basically, you know, they have like this special type of steel that comes from their planet, and it's one of those things, or a warrior race, blah, blah, blah. Either way, they get into some trouble. The planet is basically wiped thanks to the Empire, maybe? I don't know.
Someone wipes that planet down.
Somebody does. And so there's still like these little pockets of Mandalorians that are around, and it's about this one bounty hunter in particular who is takes a job for the Empire, but this is after Return of the Jedi. Return of the Jedi. So the Empire at this point's basically already been taken apart. It's crumbling to pieces. But he winds up taking the secret job for the Empire and comes across and finds a Baby Yoda. That's where the Baby Yoda comes in.
Oh, that's where that Baby Yoda's popping in that we see. Okay.
That's just what they're calling it right now on the social media is.
But
Baby
is it
Yoda.
really Yoda or just something of his race?
We don't know.
Oh, so you don't know yet if it's related to him or not.
But you do know that it's got the Force.
Oh.
So that is pretty cool.
So whatever the hell that fella is, it's forced up already.
Yeah, and it's beautiful and it's so good. I just wish there was more of it. So
there's good writing? Because that's something I'd worry about.
Yeah, the writing was fantastic, actually.
You don't have that problem where, like, half the thing is like a committee meeting and like a political drama.
Right.
Like episode 2 was like, oh, it's like a courtroom drama in space.
That was the worst. No, and the main guy, the executive producer that they put on it is Jon Favreau.
Oh, well, that's good.
He's done...
Favreau right here.
Favreau.
Mr. Favreau right here.
Iron Man. That's true.
We were tapping on an Iron Man helmet about that, so
yes.
you know what we're talking about.
And he was also the chef, and he's Happy in Spider-Man. He plays Happy.
My favorite Favreau role was in Friends. He was the eccentric millionaire that wanted to become a cage fighter.
That's right. Yeah, he was basically Joe Rogan. Yes. Exactly.
Oh, man, can I mention a sponsor real quick?
Sponsor away.
Because I want to remember before I forget I'm wearing their shirt. I'm wearing a Spunk Lube shirt.
Ooh.
Spunk Lube is a non-staining hybrid lubricant for, you know what it's for. It's for that trouser time in the bedroom. If you're looking to moisten stuff down, Spunk Lube, it doesn't just resemble semen. It also functions excellently at its job. And when you've got more of that stuff around you, it makes you feel more excited to release it yourself.
Yeah.
So there's been studies that have shown that.
Really?
So,
well, I feel like, I like my lube like my bread. Moist.
Yeah, you don't want like a dry, gritty lube.
No, nobody likes that.
Yeah, so since it's on topic,
look at this.
we got the Spunk Lube and we got the Dude Wipes. I brought props.
Whoa!
So there you go. Hollering at them. Let's see.
There it is.
Yeah, that's the sound of that sponsor.
Spunk Lube.
Holla.
But yeah, it's a good product. And they've been sponsored for quite some time, actually.
I don't know how much that had to do with Mandalorian. Sorry about that.
Well, you have to lube up to watch The Mandalorian. That's what we're getting at.
That's what we're talking about.
DJ Dad? Is that what that says?
DJ Dad's shirt is performing at Rebar Saturday night at 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I play music with that. I'm going to be doing some of my interactive gesture sensing remix music things over there. And I just happen to have a sticker regarding that too. Putting some Spunk Lube in the fingers of the gauntlet.
Yeah, what you don't know is when Thanos isn't busy snapping his fingers and destroying half of the population of the universe, he's using that hand to wipe.
Yeah,
his dude wipes.
You gotta put that stinky hand back in the glove.
That's right.
That's what we do.
So that's, you got to keep it fresh. Got to keep it fresh with your dude wipes.
Dude wipes, man, have we mentioned them enough? Because if you mention RadioVegas.rocks when you order some dude wipes, which are actually flushable, not like all these things that don't really flush.
They're like legitimately flushable.
They're certified to be safe in whatever your toilet pipes are.
Not to cause a fatberg.
No fatberg. You've heard about that.
Fatberg is real, folks.
Well, if you look up fatberg, you have an adventure ahead of you.
Yeah. It's disgusting, don't it?
It's a disgusting adventure.
It's like 2 girls, 1 cup, only in the septic system. Yeah, it's not fun, not pleasant. But it's good to know. It's good to know that happens. Yeah. And they got to go in there with like shovels,
pickaxes.
Yeah, pickaxes on a fatberg. All right, so we've talked about the Tesla truck. We've talked about Disney Plus. Let's talk a little bit about Thanksgiving.
Yeah, what are you folks doing with your giving of thanks?
Thanksgiving is coming around. Are you one of those families that does The big dinner. Like, do you have a lot of people over, Waz?
What I like to do for Thanksgiving to celebrate is find some neighbors that are indigenous. They're people that grew up in Las Vegas, whereas I came here about 11 years ago. And
Are you an illegal immigrant? Don't say that.
Yeah, cover that up. So what I do is I find these indigenous people, and I try to learn as much as I can about what they make for food for their Thanksgiving.
Show
and
me
I
your
make
ways.
some food for them. Yeah,
Wise one.
totally. And then I give them some blankets that I used last time I was really sick.
Good.
To make them durable, boost their immune system.
You're just trying to help them.
Absolutely.
Be stronger the next year.
Oh yeah, and then I start leaving stuff at their house. Like I come over to eat, share a recipe.
Yeah.
I leave my toothbrush.
Oh, okay.
I leave stuff that gives me an excuse to come back for it.
Yeah. And then one day you just don't leave.
Exactly. One day I hit him with a sob, and look, I don't got a place to return to. It's way across the town. It's across the river.
You can tell them you don't have anything in your house anymore.
No, it's all here anyway. Why don't I just stick around?
Exactly.
And then I start taking over I put their bills in my name.
Oh, perfect. Right.
So their
just
mail
take it
starts
over.
coming to me. Yeah, just eventually they have no identity anymore.
That's good. And then you just legally adopt all their children.
Totally. And it's a year cycle. So I have 1 year building it up, and then I celebrate my success the next year. And so this next year coming up, I'm making a fresh start. You might notice a lot of my stuff at your house.
Oh, that's why. Okay, cool.
So that's how I give thanks.
We do it big here, but we don't cook. We don't cook it. Why go through all the trouble of cooking for like 20 people when you could literally just call Cracker Barrel?
Really?
We Cracker Barrel the shit out of our
So
Thanksgiving.
your Thanksgiving is the Cracker Barrel special.
Cracker Barrel and honey baked ham.
That seems like a place for settler meals. It seems like time period appropriate.
We spent like $500 this year on just Cracker Barrel and honey baked ham. It's going to be off the chain. I'm so excited.
I'm excited for you.
Yes.
The honey baked chain.
We're going to make our own alcohol. It's going to be great.
Ew,
we just
really?
cleaned out one of our bathtubs. Yeah.
Are you really going to make alcohol in one of your bathtubs?
Oh, yeah. We make
It's not going to be soapy?
No.
It's not going to be like a scum in there?
We clean it out. We make like a moonshine, but we flavor it with NyQuil.
What?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know about you listeners or you, Mike, but when I go to the bathroom, sometimes, I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. When I go to the shower, when I take a shower, sometimes I also go to the bathroom.
Oh, wait
sometimes
a minute.
I
Do
pee
you
in
deuce?
No.
Oh.
No, yeah, then you push it down with your toe, you stomp it in. No. I pee on my feet for like in case I interact with like a jellyfish in advance.
Yeah.
I'm like already I'm already durable from that.
I think that's natural. That's just a natural instinct.
I think a lot of people. I mean, I don't get athlete's foot randomly. Then
exactly because
my feet are always peed on. I rinse it off. I just give them a little bit of time with pee on them.
I've never had athlete's foot, not once. And I worked in a gym for 8 years.
Yeah.
Whole lot of urine.
Whole lot. You drink a lot, take a shower, get it done.
Dude, there's people that drink urine like.
Don't do that.
Habitually.
Yeah.
That is awful.
Even if you're not consuming something that your body was trying to get rid of, and I think you can trust it to get rid of what it wants to get rid of, right? It's been doing it for a minute. You're still dehydrating yourself. You're still getting stuff in that's not. It's like extra suspended particles for your liver to get rid of. It's just got to be so rough on your kidneys to try to filter all that suspended particles out that you already got rid of.
That's just awful.
Just condensing into fresh kidney stones and stuff.
Ugh. Like, why would you drink your own pee, man? Like, just drink a beer like everybody else does. It's basically
you're halfway
piss
there.
water.
Yeah, it's certainly going to make you.
I'm just not a beer fan. I like hard liquors.
Really?
Yeah, or moonshine mixed with NyQuil that we make here. That's what I prefer. That's just how I am.
I'm so skeptical of how healthy that idea is.
Well, when you come over, we'll let you try some, and then when you wake up, we'll ask you how it was.
When I wake up blind,
yeah,
we'll take it from there.
Well, the NyQuil knocks you right out. I mean,
what is I like to be awake for my buzzes.
Well, see, that's the thing. This is how we counteract that. Now this
you
is
do like a speedball of like that and some Red Bull.
Yes, exactly. We don't speedball, but we do add. Well, we don't add Red Bull because what we found is Red Bull, as its acidity level is a little too high, But
and it's crashy.
If you use the juiced Rockstar, perfect.
Oh, the juiced one, yeah.
Yes.
It's juicy.
Yeah, the juiced Rockstar. You use that, a little bit of NyQuil, in your tub, with some just grain alcohol. Moonshine it up. It's incredible. It's better than toilet wine. It's better than toilet wine. It really is. So if you haven't tried it, folks, highly recommend it. Maybe I'll start bottling it, and I'll start selling it. People can just buy it right from me, right from good old Mad Mike from twocluelessdudes.com.
I'm just not like your background gives you value in your name and many things.
Yeah.
But something that I'd consume, I'd be worrisome about this.
Yeah. I call it Sweet Jeebus.
If you had like a protein bar, I think I'd be down with it. But like an alcohol,
no,
like
it's true. It's not really. It's not really my strong suit. It's not my forte.
You're not like wandering around being a lush all the time. It feels like you'd just be playing a prank on me, watching me get fucked up and see what happens.
Okay, so I have a very interesting, funny story about alcohol, and it wasn't me that was drunk. It was actually this other guy, and I was just a kid. I was only 12 years old. I was 12 years old, and my mom was dating this guy named Emil. Now, it's a weird name, but he was just this white guy. I don't know why his name. Emil Brooks was his last name. Look him up. I don't know. He had a roommate that we called Uncle Mike. And Uncle Mike was much older. He was probably at that time, he was in his late 50s, maybe. And he was a chain smoker and a severe alcoholic. He used to, he gets so drunk that he would write things dyslexically, and then we wouldn't know what it was in the freezer. Like, we couldn't, it took us months to...
Oh, is that like a bunny battle?
Yep.
Yeah, it honestly sounds like two bunnies got in an argument.
Yep.
That's definitely one of the risks here. But, wow, the concern on his face over that sound. I didn't even know bunnies made a sound like that. That's insane. If you didn't hear it in the background, it sounded like snakes. Like snakes battling an Indiana Jones set. But, gosh, not even part of the rabbit makes that sound. It's like giant rats. I mean, I really think that the difference between rabbits and rats is not that significant of a difference. So if you've missed it before, there's bunnies here. This is a place where they just hop around acting like they're people, but they have none of the cleanliness standards that a human would have. These bunnies don't. No regards. They don't. But they're at least quieter than the dogs. I like quiet pets myself. Doing this broadcasty time, I prefer my animals not to get all crazy volume-wise. But nevertheless, Mike's back just in time to stop me from plugging my show, which is Sunday at 4. Sunday at 4. Now that I got your attention back with this host here, Greasy Conversation, Sundays at 4 to 6.
And you've been doing that show for a long time.
I have. We're in season 4. We're almost about to end our 4th season. There's 27 episodes in a season.
Wow.
Just like the number of years in the life.
27 is a lot better than 8.
Yeah, that's a real season.
So
you
changed your day, right? Because you were Fridays.
Yep, now it's Sundays 4 to 6.
But what if I can't watch you live? But I still want Greasy Conversation.
Well, of course, you can go to greasyconversation.com and cast it up. You know, you've got the YouTubes on there. And if you're trying to sell my services to other people and get a commission, woz.lol.
Wazlol.
Yeah, you can hook it up and then get something.
I like it. I like it.
I
like it a lot.
I approve of your liking.
All right. So let's go. Oh yeah, let's.
Yeah, what's your next story?
Something
we'll
just crazy just came right
into
my feed, and I was like, "What? I can't believe this." I'm gonna have to, let me.
Crazy feed moment. Brace
yourself.
Crazy
feed moment.
Okay, let's suspensefully prepare for that with that suspended.
Woo! Woo! That with this. Woo! Oh, okay. This is pretty crazy. today, or actually it was yesterday, marked the 39th year since the MGM Grand caught on fire.
Oh.
Did you know that happened?
That was before they put the lion on the front of it?
Was
this the old building?
The old building.
Yeah, this isn't even the same building, because the current MGM Grand used to be, was it a Hilton? It used to be a Hilton or a Harrah's.
Yeah.
One of the two. And that was, MGM took it over and put a lion, and no one Asian would get a room there because they didn't want to walk into a lion's mouth.
Yeah, exactly.
So they had to tear down the whole line and do it over again.
So what's interesting about this is my father worked at the MGM Grand at this time, but he was not on those floors because it was like a massive fireball that just like went right through the whole building and killed like 87 people.
Mm-hmm. Jeez, 87 people.
Do you realize MGM Grand has now been responsible for 2 of the most fatal incidences in Vegas history?
I wouldn't say responsible.
Well, I'm not, and they were somehow
Involved
attached
in,
to.
yeah.
They were involved in.
They're victims too, in a way.
Yeah, both being, oops, maybe we shouldn't build hotels like that. And the other one is, maybe we should be more careful on how people can get through the windows.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
MGM.
That's another thing. That, remember when you used to just be able to open the windows and jump out of them?
Yeah.
They changed
the good old
that.
days.
Let's go back to that old Vegas of the easy jump Vegas.
Yeah, you want to do that? Go to the D.
How much are
Main Street Station?
Advertise Disney Plus on the screen?
I know they're getting a lot of love from us.
Lots of. That's hilarious.
Disney will hit you up for sponsorship information later. I know. You want to start now, but we'll wait. We'll hold off on it until
RadioVegas.rocks.
Yeah, go RadioVegas.rocks. So this is one that I found to be very interesting. So there was a teen on female Viagra, okay, and she crashed into a building while masturbating to a gear shift.
You shouldn't drive while you do. Oh, did she? Drive by accident.
Well, let's see. Let's find. It's in Bowling Green.
I love this story because honestly, if you're trying to search for videos of people doing this, apparently people that use their gear shift this way frequently don't record it. It's hard. There's not as much videos as that as you think.
Right. Yeah.
And half the time they're just like, "Ooh, look what I'm doing." They're not really getting into it.
Yeah, and I think it's probably because it's a small market.
It's turn off your car though. It turns off, or these people die because they don't stop the engine before they.
Yeah, or just keep it in park. Sometimes they shift too much.
No, it's
pops
that
it into neutral.
Yeah, it's keeping it in park might not be an option when you're really getting going.
That's true, right? That's true.
You need a spotter. And all kinds of exotic ways of doing it.
Or you could use the Tesla truck to wedge underneath your tires. Yeah, there you go.
Wedge that.
So the 17-year-old, whose name has not been disclosed by authorities, told officials she had lost control of the parked vehicle after she had an uncontrollable urge to masturbate.
Well, you can't blame the Viagra either. You totally...
Well,
you wanted to go for it.
Right, it's not the Viagra's fault you took it.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. The young woman allegedly lost control of the parked vehicle after inserting the gear shift in her vajayjay in what she described herself as an ultimate attempt to stop being horny. Yeah. It seems apparent the intake of alcohol and drugs were responsible for this person to be extremely sexually aroused and partake in sexual intercourse with the gear shift and lose control of the vehicle, said Deputy Sheriff Jeff Maloney.
Do they have a picture of the person?
They do.
Okay, I gotta look this up for you folks.
Yes.
How recently was this article?
It just happened right now.
Was this in Las Vegas?
No. This is in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Teen on female Viagra. You should be able to type that in. It should come right up.
Yeah, for sure.
There it is.
Oh, she looks so troubled.
But what kills me is she's only 17, right? So the teenager who had indulged in several drugs and alcohol at a local party the night of the accident was told by a number of people to leave after she was acting like a cat in heat and rubbing her ass on the floor. according to another attendee of the party.
What are her friends like that they asked her to leave? Because this happens in a lot of places, and you just get a train run on you.
Look, I really can't. I
This is
really
a
can't
Mormon
even
party?
falter because when I get drunk, I like to put my butt in people's faces. That is the honest to God truth. You can ask Jay Bird from the Rocking Comedy Show about that in fact, and he will tell you that is the truth. The young woman who was brought to the Bowling Green Medical Center for medical attention early in the morning showed no sign of health complications. Under the Kentucky state law, the minor's driver's license will be revoked until she reaches 18, which is probably just in a few months.
There's a religious problem here. There's some kind of issue. This must have been some church party because no one was taking care of their guest here. She seems like the ultimate party guest compared for some parties I've been to.
Yeah.
And no train gets run. And she's just here. They took this awful picture
like,
of her.
You need to leave.
Where it looks like she cried all her makeup off and then got more like 40-year-old makeup put on. It's tragic. Like they're just torturing this woman.
Yeah.
All she needed was a train run.
All she needed was a little D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this car, another thing we didn't mention is that this car is halfway through a wall.
It is halfway through a wall, yes.
She got going. Like, this car moved no small amount.
No, it definitely picked up speed. That's another thing.
You can't casually
Take
push
some
a car
geometry
through a wall.
classes. You know what I mean? Understand curves. You know, if you are on the top of a hill, you're probably going to go down. You're probably going to gain some speed. You know, just common sense, folk. You know, if you got to do the do it responsibly. That's all I'm saying. So here's another great article. Man high on ecstasy burns own genitals while trying to have sex with an electric fence.
Oh.
That sounds...
Jeez.
This was in Scottsdale, Arizona. Oh, man, this guy got messed up, too.
The electric fence tore him up?
Mm-hmm.
Was he, like, making out with it?
Well, let's find out.
Okay, tell me.
Adam Weinberg, 26, was rescued by fellow partygoers of the illegally set up rave after they noticed he was in horrible agony and unable to unclamp himself from the electrified fence surrounding the area.
He got stuck to it? It looks like he wrapped it around his torso. So much of this guy is covered in gauze, you guys.
So much.
This electric fence, there's something else going on with it because both his femurs and like his whole waist and belly are
well, you
gauzed
got to figure
up.
if he probably hit it, he probably made all that contact.
It's not supposed to burn you though, unless you're like wet and something like. Oh, I guess he was pretty moist.
He was probably very. You know what? He probably spunk lubed it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We don't know the conductive properties of spunk lube, unfortunately.
We don't know.
That's untested.
But we do know it makes you moist. The young man, who was highly intoxicated on several drugs, including ecstasy, apparently mistook the electric fence for a sexual partner before feeling the burst of 220 volts and 13 amps passing through his body. Now, I don't know that much about electricity, but that sounds like a lot.
Well, that's weird, though, because usually electric fences are higher voltage than that, but low amperage.
But this was
that
a lower
sounds
volt.
Like someone looked at the input of the box and didn't actually know what the stupid fence was. This wasn't an electric fence; it was just a dryer outlet. You know what I mean? They just put on the instead of having the electric fence was supposed to be a box about the size of a car battery.
Oh, okay.
With big screw terminals on it, and you hook one screw terminal to the ground and one screw terminal to a wire.
And you just say screw it.
Yeah, and it bumps up the voltage, but it's low current, so you don't do this to people.
You don't gazop.
This looks like someone just attached like that plug that your dryer goes into.
Yeah.
In the same way, yeah. That's what this would do.
He was high as fuck. I'd taken some GHB and some DMT to start out the party.
Neither of those are ecstasy.
Then I did a shitload of ecstasy and a bunch of amphetamines before taking a few hits of cocaine. Then someone poured some acid drops into my eyes and I totally lost it. He says, I got really horny and wandered off in the desert, and all I saw these hot naked chicks dancing around, but later figured out they were just wooden fence poles, he recalled. At first, the electricity passing through me was like the biggest orgasm I ever had.
Well, you could, like, that's the thing. Is some people say, like, you come when you die.
It's true.
So he was probably just dying.
He said, I felt like my balls were going to explode. That's when I felt the horrible burning sensation and the smell of burning flesh. He remembers before passing out.
Oh my gosh.
So, don't make love to electric fences.
This dude looks like such a normal dude that would, like, be married to your sister and deliver for UPS.
You would think.
He looks like he works at the Amazon distribution center.
You would think that. So a lot of people don't know this, or I'm sure everybody knows this at this point, but they are in impeachment talks for President Trump. Now, personally, I don't think he's going anywhere. But what's really important is it is American TV, right? This is media TV at its finest. This is a spectacle, folks. And they just announced that Beyonce, and this is incredible, Beyonce is set to perform at Trump's impeachment halftime show.
There's a halftime show?
Yeah, there's going to be a halftime show. So in a desperate bid to garner interest from the lethargic American public, officials involved in the Trump impeachment proceedings have announced that Beyonce Knowles will perform a Super Bowl-styled halftime show, along with an array of supporting acts. WWN can confirm. Citing poor concentration skills and general apathy among American voters, it was decided entertainment during the interval was needed to increase interest in the country's latest impeachment proceedings, which was initially billed as the most entertaining impeachment of them all. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that.
There's been impeachments before that were more or less some kind of spectacle, but this one is a real production.
Yeah, and they say she's set to perform 5 songs, excuse me. 5 songs halfway through the impeachment. So, and there's going to be a special appearance by not only Beyonce, Daft Punk, and Kanye West.
Well, I was going to say, we got to have Kanye.
Yeah. Kanye West always does the Kanye best. Know what I'm saying?
I would be really surprised not to have Kanye at such a performance. He's so Trumpy.
It's true. It's true.
Put his money where his mouth is, and hopefully he doesn't leave his cell phone lying around, since we all know how to unlock his phone.
That's true.
Has it been too long for you guys to forget that we all got to see what Kanye's unlock code was?
That's right.
And it was just 0 6 times, and he did it on camera in front of everybody.
Well, he's old, man. What do you want?
Whoa, dude, you're right. Kanye's old.
Mm-hmm. He's old now.
He's doing old man stuff.
He's doing old man things.
Oh no.
Do you remember his clothing line?
It was like pants that up like super high waist.
It was awful. Like he was just preparing for like to be 70.
Suspenders.
I think it's time for us to pay some bills.
Oh man, it's Bobby Thornton time.
Bobby Thornton time.
All right, get ready. This one's for you folks.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Crazy Jay, and I want to tell you about ZipFizz. I know what you're thinking. Jay, you've been telling us about ZipFizz. Well, I have the brand new flavor right next to me, and I haven't tried it yet, so let's open it and give this a try. My bottle of water, shake that up. Now this is a brand new flavor, Mango Peach. I have not tried it. I'm looking forward to it. They have a wide variety of flavors. If you didn't know, they've got grape, fruit punch, orange cream, orange soda, iced tea, all fantastic. But let's give Mango Peach a try. Oh man, that is absolutely amazing. I'm a fan of all their flavors, but nothing like this. Oh man, that is absolutely delicious. Mango Peach, ZipFizz, get it today. Visit zipfizz.com, tell them Radio Vegas, tell them Crazy Jay sent you, and get your Mango Peach today.
ZipFizz energy, no sudden crash, 10 calorie, low carb, vitamin B, the healthy energy mix. ZipFizz.
Kicker Audio.
So check it out, Mario. They hit me up, the guys from Kicker. They said, Jay, you have done a fantastic job promoting these headphones. And
they're awesome.
They're all over Facebook. You have tweeted them. We know that you love the headphones. But how come you haven't talked about this wireless Bluetooth bullfrog we have? And I said, well, to be honest with you, you never sent me one.
We haven't tested it.
Within 24 hours, there was one delivered to my house. So now, this is gonna blow your mind, Mario. Listen. You're impressed. No dead space. Speakers on both sides. Isn't that awesome?
Very impressive.
It's Kicker Audio, everybody. You got to go there. Check them out online.
Kicker Audio. Living loud.
This is an urgent health notice for all residents suffering from back, neck, knee, and wrist pain. You may qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost to you, but the deadline is fast approaching. Simply call the Health Alert Hotline now.
You heard right. You may qualify for a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace. These items may even be covered by Medicare or your private insurance. The Health Alert Hotline is your brace company. These specialized braces have been tested for pain relief. Call us toll-free right now to determine your eligibility and to learn how to use your private insurance or Medicare to minimize your out-of-pocket cost. Don't wait. If the deadline passes, you may lose your opportunity to get a pain-relieving back, neck, knee, or wrist brace at little or no cost to you.
800-238-4840. 800-238-4840. 800-238-4840. That's 800-238-4840.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. 800-709-4389. That's 800-709-4389.
Oh, I hit the dang mute button. Okay.
Hey, well, there
Good
we go.
pointing. I'm glad that turns yellow from green, so I'd know that I bumped it.
That's good. Right there. So the holidays are here, folks. Welcome back to Two Clueless Dudes. Download the app, RadioVegas.rocks, or RadioVegas.rocks app. It's on any type of phone that you probably have. StarTAC, Motorola, Nokia, I don't know. Just find it.
The app? Did you say the app?
I did.
Be sure to get your mix of music. Listen to us with the RadioVegas.rocks app available at the App Store. And check out our VIP card, interact with us in our chat room, and scheduling of our RadioVegas.rocks shows, plus podcasts. It's all available on RadioVegas.rocks app.
That's right.
So there's all your information for the app. Otherwise, subscribe on Twitch. You could subscribe to us on YouTube. And also, we are always on Facebook Live. So the holidays are here. And you know what holiday means? Holiday means seasonal work.
Is that what the actual word means?
That's exactly
I didn't know that.
what it means.
Huh.
Exactly. So when I think holidays, I think, oh shit, I can get myself a seasonal job. That's what I think. Is that what you think? That's what I think. I think, you know what? I'm going to go apply at a Kmart.
We'll see what that seasonal, get that Black Friday money.
Exactly, right? You got to make them ducats, son. Okay, so, now, however, not everywhere has classy places like Target to work for seasonal jobs. And I have a buddy that lives up in McConnellsville, Ohio. And he sent this to me because he, they're willing to do some travel to try to find a decent seasonal job. So this is Lancaster, Pennsylvania. A California-based Mr. Fister Dildos announced today that they will be opening a new factory in Lancaster, and they will add around 150 jobs.
Dang, that's a factory.
Yeah, and let me tell you, they make some very interesting toys.
Oh, it looks like a jelly squirmy fish, like a cuttlefish.
A squidsticle.
Yeah, it's a squid with a clear helmet.
Yeah, but that's it. That's exactly it.
It's a helmeted squid.
With like a little funfetti look.
I have to pull this up and show the tubers.
I think that's really important. So this was, again...
I'm going to ruin your search history right
now. So planned
I already
dildo
did
factory...
That electric fence article.
To add 150 jobs in Lancaster. Now that's a big deal, folks. If you're in Pennsylvania and you need yourself a job for the holidays, you could be in line making dildos tomorrow. You could be in a factory slapping a little bit of pink paint on the tips of some rubber wieners.
Oh my gosh. Supposedly this... Okay. There's controversy about this factory.
Controversy.
Yeah.
I love it. We're all about controversy here at Two Clueless Dudes.
If I could just continue to the stupid site. Okay, cool. Yeah. Did you know that? Did you like this article? I don't know. Sometimes you have news that's not true.
Sometimes it happens.
That's true.
This one claims that it's a heist, a hoax.
There's one article in Philadelphia claiming that it's a hoax from a satirical magazine.
And that's exactly...
But man, that's
exactly what like Walmart and Target want you to believe. That way you go when you work for them. When you could be getting a high quality job, slapping some paint on some dildos.
This guy's clearly content with his job.
Yeah, look, he even got a cool hairnet.
There's just a sea of plain, like, beige, unpainted dongs.
Yeah, and they got to be painted for the holidays.
Someone's got to paint them.
Right? And I mean, come on. What do you think sells the most in the United States as a gift? Dildos.
That's the number one
gift. They're just flying off the shelves. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Flopping into gift boxes near you.
There's so many.
I mean, come on. Dildos and Duracell. the 2 Ds, folks.
That's right.
That's the gift that keeps giving.
The pictures that come up for this though are so great. This looks like a hand, like it's holding up a lottery, like a winning lottery ticket,
or like a presidential candidate.
Yeah, like when you've got your
taxes.
Your thumb and your index finger together, as if you're as if you're swearing at someone in Italian.
Which that tells me I think I've been fisting wrong. You know?
I totally thought you wanted to go wide right at the beginning.
Yeah, it's got a different.
I see that there's a bit of a cone made with the hand.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Dang, are we learning?
It looks like it would hurt my wrist. I'm gonna be honest.
Well, you don't put you want to make sure your wrist is locked.
Yeah. Do you think people trim their nails?
It's quite a cone. If you don't trim your nails...
I bet you porn stars all have thin nails.
You're an awful person.
Right, yeah.
If you go at it like this without a good trim up, you're going to hell for sure. That's what's going to send you.
Well, speaking of holidays, I think it's time for us to try a very special holiday edition of Put That in Your Mouth.
Oh, yeah, we've got weird things that we eat here. So those Twinkies are green in the middle, as if Ninja Turtles are involved.
Yeah, because that's not...
It's the ooze.
That's not weird, right? So Hostess has released... I don't know if you can see that. I'll get closer.
Oh, let me give it to him full screen.
There you go. Oh. Hostess has released mint chocolate Twinkies for the holidays.
Oh my gosh, they're mint and chocolate.
They're limited edition. Twinkie the kid is wearing a little elf hat. How adorable.
Okay. I hate the sound of like mouth smacking, so we should actually do the eating maybe next break or something. But I'm going to give you guys a sniff of mine right away. Let you tell what it smells like. Oh boy, the chocolate scent comes off strong.
Does it? So
I love it. I'm going to enjoy any kind of spongy chocolate. But just taking a smell, it's a bit chemically. It's a bit like a tire fryer.
From Hostess? No.
I think there's ingredients that are less than all natural involved.
Yeah, I have a feeling this has the same chemical composition as a tire.
Yeah, it smells like stationery. You know what I'm saying?
It smells like Office Smacks.
When you get a fresh pen in a fancy box and it's embossed, and you can still smell the plastics annealing from China. You can still smell the rubber hardening.
Yes.
Yeah. It smells new car smell.
It smells just like a Tesla truck.
Yeah. Seriously, it smells like car seats.
Yeah, but can I tell you what my favorite holiday snack is for the Christmas time?
Eggnog? Sorry,
no, but this is the honest to God truth.
Oh, dude.
It's the fudge-covered Ritz.
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is a thing, and I'm going to tell you right now, it's basically like, it's crack for white people.
I'm going down on those hard, because you got that chocolate and the salt.
Yeah. Iron Man loves them.
We love our chocolate and salt over here.
We do. I'm big on snacks. It runs in my family. I got a snack. Oh my gosh, I was going to tell you a story and I forgot.
Okay, story me. Wait.
About
story me.
Okay, about alcohol, right? So this guy, Uncle Mike, who set this house, my mom was dating this guy. We were living there. Uncle Mike was a roommate, older guy. He drove like one of those giant Oldsmobile tanks. You know what I mean? Big old car.
Yeah.
But there was this thing that was, you do not go anywhere with Uncle Mike. Because he's drunk all the time.
Oh, so you don't ride with him?
You never ride with him.
Was his vehicle all wrinkly?
It was all kinds of dents and dings. But it was like cast iron, you know? So, because it was an old Hess Oldsmobile. But I had just gotten $5 for my allowance. And he wanted to go to Circle K, which was not too far from the house. Doable. Could I get there on my bike? I could, but he's willing to take me in a car. And I really wanted the new Michael Jordan Citrus Cooler Gatorade. They were amazing. I know y'all remember that. It came in a glass bottle. Remember when Gatorade used to be in glass bottles?
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
I never had a glass Gatorade.
Dude, yes. Michael Jordan's Citrus Cooler.
How old were you?
12. I was 12 years old.
Where was this?
Here in town. I'm born and raised in Vegas.
What a weird place with this glass Gatorade situation. I grew up in California where you'd make anything out of anything dangerous.
So I decide, I weigh, the good with the bad, and I decide to gamble. And I get in the car with him, and we go down to the Circle K, and we get there, and he doesn't get out of the car. He stays in the car, and he starts, like, shaking. Uncle Mike also has seizures.
Oh, no.
I had never seen him have one until this moment. And so he's kind of having, like, this weird seizure, and a guy comes up to the window and says, "Hey, buddy, you okay? How you doing? Huh?"
He's like, "How you doing? Over here shaking in your car. What you doing?"
And he's like, "I'm fine. Leave me alone." And
I
then
like it. I'm having a good time.
So he sits there and he like shakes for like 3 or 4 more minutes, and I'm just in the car like, "Are we gonna get out? Like, can you like shake your way into the Circle K so I can get my drink? Like, I don't know what needs to happen here." And then he decides he wants to go home, so he puts the car into he reverses it a little bit and then puts it into drive. But the Circle K was there at that time. This was back on, this is on a Boulder and Tropicana-ish area. There was just dirt. It was basically just desert around.
Okay, I want to picture this. Boulder and Tropicana.
Yes.
Let's give people some perspective. So Tropicana is south of Charleston, so it's like halfway down. And then Boulder, we're on the east side.
Way east. Yeah.
And so it's like
beyond Henderson-ish.
Okay. So
near the Whitney Library.
Isn't that intersection now where there's a Walmart and there's Sam's
There is.
Town?
Yes.
Is it Sam's Town or the other?
That's Flamingo. So the next one over is Tropicana, which is where there's the East Side Cannery. It used to be the Nevada Palace, and the Longhorn is right there. So it's kind of in that area. So it was all desert, and there was a ravine because there was a wash.
The Las Vegas wash.
So there was a ravine.
Or maybe
there.
that was a part of it. Yeah.
And he puts the car into drive, and then the car just kind of starts going forward and just goes for the ravine. He never turns the steering wheel. He's just shaking and has got us aimed at the ravine, and the car gets off of the asphalt and onto the dirt.
Starts ravining it.
And I'm like, I'm going to die. So I reach over and I just turn the car off. I just reached over, took the keys, turned the car off. The car goes, comes to a halt. And then all of a sudden an ambulance shows up out of nowhere. I don't know how it got there. An ambulance shows up. They rip open the door. They grab Uncle Mike and they're pulling him out of the car. And he doesn't want to go. He's like, no. And then he looks at me. He looks at me like the soul-grabbing look.
Like, how'd you let this happen to me?
He pulls out a wad of cash. And he thrusts it at me. And I grab it. And he looks at me and says, Mike, I need a 6-pack of beer and some cigarettes. And then they pull him out of the car. And then he's whisked off to the ambulance. And I am left there with the car halfway in a ravine with $20. And I was told he would get smokes and some cigarettes.
God, just to make sure that I'd be waiting for him. He just wanted to ensure that he'd come back to those things.
And I'm like, I'm 12. Like,
how can you get either of those things?
So,
jeez, I so hope I'm not that uncle one day.
I hope I am.
I stopped drinking weekdays because of fear of being that person.
You know what's funny is I told myself, I actually just said this to Phil, Hank, because we went and we saw Frozen 2 last night.
Oh, magical.
And I'll talk about that here in a second. But
yeah, he's missing out on his Frozen talk.
One of the things that I really wanted to do, my bucket list thing, was to go through a movie screen. And like if I were to do it now, like if all of a sudden like somebody pulled the exit alarm, I'm going through the movie screen. That's where I'm going. I'm going to go. I just want to know what's back there. I just want to say I've done it one time.
What if it's just a wall with paint on it?
That's for me to find out.
Knowing. Okay.
That's as part of the adventure.
Okay.
But if I'm like 70,
what if there's like a bed and breakfast back there and you like interrupt someone's meal?
That would be the ultimate for me, because I'm gonna be like, I knew it.
You go back there. Oh, there's a little universe back here. There's like the shopping mall back here.
It's Scorsese, Spielberg, and Gizmo. Just back there having tea. I'll be like,
you guys were so quiet during the movie back here.
Yeah, I wouldn't even hear you. Didn't know you're there. If I'm 70 and I still haven't had that opportunity, I'm just gonna do it.
Well, next time you exit,
because what are you gonna do to an old man?
You can peek behind there, I bet, without damaging the screen.
I don't want to peek. I want to go through the screen. You gotta go like you'd see in the movies.
You gotta go old. Through. How you're gonna have to have a machete? Because you're old. You're not pointy. You're not gonna tear that thing well.
No, it'll probably tear me, to be honest.
Yeah, you'll break a femur on that screen.
Maybe, yeah. Well, maybe by then the Tesla trucks will be such a fashion that they're like clothing too.
Yeah, the Tesla
nice and
truck,
angular.
That screen will just waft into it. It'll cut it right up.
Exactly.
There's gonna be so many people cutting themselves in their truck. On that Tesla truck.
I'm just gonna drive my Tesla truck right into the theater.
There's no way. Okay, so that's a prototype we looked at. There's no way the production model isn't getting like that front lip rounded off a little bit, or it's never gonna get pedestrian safety.
There's just
pedestrians
no way.
will just be whacked in half immediately. Yeah.
Do you remember Sonic the Hedgehog? They announced they were doing Sonic the Hedgehog movie. They released his image, and it was so deplorable that people attacked them like crazy until they fixed it. And they did. They fixed it.
The new Sonic looks very proper.
It looks right. Exactly.
Less fur. One thing that these
teeth.
Yeah, the teeth are like cartoon teeth instead of freaky weird animal teeth. Like weird human teeth in this thing. So another thing that some GFX people, shout out to Corridor Media. Corridor Media has a really cool visual effects artists react shows. Anyway, so I was watching Corridor Media on that, and they point out like the saturation was all weird. Like shit would be too colorful in his eyes, and it wouldn't match the true color of things around him. So really, things like that they dialed in.
Yeah, I think that was. Well, I think the same thing needs to happen with the Tesla truck. I think
just take it back a little bit.
I think enough people will complain that I honestly hope they do.
It doesn't need
something.
A crisp set of teeth on this truck. Just dial it back. What do you think about if they just did like the
what up, dude?
The MacBook Pro treatment of just rounding the corners a tiny bit, so it's not super sharp edges. Just round it off a little bit.
Or maybe just put some.
Like it can still be angular. It needs some bumpers.
Needs baby proofed.
Those corners that are on cabinetry.
Those screaming chickens. You could just line the front with those screaming chickens.
You know how road cases have that metal bars on the edges and the corners?
Yeah.
It's just like that. Looks like a big road case. That'd be pimp, right?
Yes.
It looks like a guitar holder or something.
But right now, it looks like the truck version of the DeLorean. It really does.
Which is one of the most beautiful shaped vehicles.
The DeLorean is pretty
ever
cool.
created.
Like, I mean, you can't deny.
It doesn't look bad.
So my thought is, did Elon Musk say, hey, I'm going to make this so radical because it really doesn't matter what the truck looks like. It's more about the specs of the truck. And then the look, we'll just kind of figure out, we'll get right once it gets into production.
No, I really think that's part of what it's
wanted.
Following is a design language that's company-wide that is like a natural conclusion. So in the Tesla design language, which is similar to Lamborghini's design language, it's all cab forward.
Yeah.
So you've got your drivetrain behind the driver and the cabs push forward. And a lot of these cab forward designers, just like designs, just like the Murcielago, or even the Countach, the hood and the front windshield they call it, learning words today, they're like lined up where the slope of the hood continues up into the slope of the windshield. And that's exactly what they're doing in the truck.
Yeah.
And other Tesla vehicles follow that particular design language. And you're dealing with a company that leans a lot on mid-engine vehicle design since they don't have a front engine.
Right.
They're kind of like a cross between mid-engine and front-engine vehicles in the look of them. This truck, again, no front engine, might as well make it like a Lambo truck.
A Lambo truck.
Aggressive, but the more you have it stanched forward, the more you can have bed and have the bed inward of the back wheels, which is way less unwieldy.
Yeah.
And you still got that second row of seats. So it's pretty smart, I think.
I haven't seen anything on the inside of what the vehicle looks like, but it does look like if you were, because it's such a bad angle, I feel like you'd have to drive like this. Like your head would be stuck.
Because if you think about it, when you're in any car like that, there's so many other examples. My Honda Fit's one. The end of the dashboard is just forever far from you.
It's so far, like you can't even, like if you were to reach it,
your windshield is part roof, is what it is. And the Tesla truck hits it extra, where truly the whole front half of the roof is also the windshield, and the back half of the roof is the back window.
Yeah.
There's no roof, it's just an angle.
Jeff Duffield brings up a great point. What happened to the Roadster? Like, where did this truck come from?
Honestly, which is more useful?
The Roadster! Nobody needs a truck, ever. There's never a reason to get a truck. If you need to move something, hire a mover. Somebody that has a professional truck. Get a U-Haul. You don't need a truck.
Build stuff a lot. Some people need a truck for the same reason why I need a hatchback with collapsible back seats. Sometimes there's, antique furniture, guitar amplifiers, chunks of drum equipment, stands, all kinds of stuff goes back there. You can camp back in there. And there's a camping package for the Tesla truck. Did you see that?
No.
Where the slope of the hood and the front window just continues upwards over the back as a tent. But wait, there's something cooler yet. What's gonna make you fall in love with the Truckla design? The Cybertruck. Truckla is... Truckla. Shout out to Simone Gertz on YouTube for making Truckla. Truckla is literally a front half Tesla, back half truck.
That's what it is.
Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, Simone Gertz on YouTube, Truckla. I'll show you guys.
Peep it.
So the other thing that will really sell you on the Cybertruck design, now bear with me, I'm pausing for suspense. Okay. I'm drawing this out for suspense. There is, and they haven't announced it, they just peeped it out, a quad ATV.
Oh.
And they opened the back tailgate of the Cybertruck, which, by the way, doesn't have a seam on either side of the tailgate.
Right.
The seam of the tailgate is right at the very corner, like a piece of cabinetry.
Weird.
Which is brilliant. I can't believe another company hasn't done that sooner. But the problem is you have to make your tailgate in your bumper then. I'm sorry. You have to make your tail lights in the bumper, because you can't have tail lights in a piece of movable door.
But can you have... I don't think you're allowed to have tail lights in a bumper.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. In fact, the BMW and the BMW, I think it's the i3, the little electric one, has a second set of tail lights in the bumper because the tail lights that open in the hatch. You. There's another one of the Chevys, the Chevy Spark, I think it is.
Oh, Spark.
It has taillights in its hatch, so there's another pair of taillights in the bottom bumper because of that. So
Jeff brings up a good point. If you can spend $250,000 on a Tesla truck, you could just hire people to move shit for you.
Yeah, but what if you spent how many trucks are $60,000? Like how many decent trucks are $60,000? Like most of them.
Yeah, 60 is
like
I think
paying less than 60 for a truck is kind of risky.
But $60,000, you realize you can get a Porsche Cayenne for $60,000?
Yeah, but you can't put 2x4s in a Cayenne. It's a different market.
It's a
fundamentally different kind of person.
You could buy a Porsche for $60,000.
Yeah,
or
do you want
an F-150.
Do you want a $60,000 Porsche? If you're gonna get a Porsche,
or if I had to choose between a Ford or a Porsche for $60,000, I mean, you could get a Mercedes now. You can get a Mercedes GLA for $35,000. SUV.
Yeah. Here's what's funny though: the $35 Mercedes is going to cost like twice its price in repair. Over the next 5 years. So it's like.
But then, even
just
because
they make it in that price range doesn't mean it's
$60,000 Mercedes or a $60,000 Ford. That's all I'm saying.
The thing is, I'd much rather have a $60,000 Ford than a $60,000 Mercedes, because it's not a fair price of the cost of ownership. The cost of ownership on the Mercedes is like double the Ford in maintenance alone.
Well, now I don't know about that, because the acronym for Ford is found on road dead.
Yeah, but that's Chevy people that are jelly. And I mean, once you pop apart your dashboard on your Chevy, it's all like, you remember those models that you didn't have to glue? That's like how every Chevy product is put together.
Look, I had a Chevy. I had a Chevy Cavalier, and you literally had to push, and it was new. I had to push the gas pedal all the way to the floor, wait a couple seconds, and then the car would realize that I'd hit the gas pedal.
Yeah, I mean,
awful.
Corollas were like that too. I wouldn't judge.
My Dodge Neon was that way too a little bit.
It's just that price range of vehicle. But the thing is,
I know what y'all thinking. I have some classy cars. I know.
The amount of recalls on like a Chevy or a Chrysler compared to Fords, which aren't always great either, but American cars.
But they look so. Not only that, just look at the interior of like a Ford and a Chevy, and I literally want to Epstein myself. Okay.
Just either one, you're bothered?
Either one, yeah. It's
At
just
least Ford's got
pleasant.
better quality plastics, even though it's plastics popped together
yeah,
too.
I would say if I had to choose between the two, I would have to go with Ford as well. I think the inside of a Camaro looks like it was designed by somebody with mental disabilities.
It's like a Barbie Camaro.
I hate it.
It's like a Power Wheels.
It's exactly what it reminds me of. Like a Power Wheel. Oh, God. So, yeah, that bothers the ever-loving hell out of me. The Volkswagen, though, Volkswagen VW, they have the absolute worst interior cabs of any company I have ever seen. They are so bland. If you don't believe me, look up any new Volkswagen and just look at the interior, and you're going to go, wow.
They used to be ahead of it, like in the 90s and stuff. You'd see like a nicer interior in that sort of the same price range.
When they first released like the Volkswagen Beetle again.
Yeah,
do you remember that?
Yeah, and
that was kind of like new and hip and cool.
Now it's a plastic party, and we can't even trust them because they just like
do that right. That whole diesel thing.
Yeah, the emissions issue extended even outside the diesels to just a whole ring of German scamming the environment.
Ain't that some shit?
And it's the American environment too. They're like, we just want to mess up.
Is that it?
That's truck law. That's Simone Kurt's trust law. We're getting a rabbit alert. Pending rabbit news.
What are you talking about? Rabbit. Which rabbit? We have 5.
There's a real rabbit concern at this
which rabbit?
studio.
Which rabbit? Are you talking about Rapunzel? Yeah. Yeah, you can feed her. Yeah, you can feed her.
That was just about feeding rabbits?
That was all.
Feeding rabbits can happen anytime.
Could it happen?
But we have an emergency rabbit feeding situation here.
Had to happen.
How quickly do they starve? Do they just
so
keel
fast
over if they don't get food every 14 minutes?
They're very dramatic, these rabbits.
I appreciate the concern about the rabbit time.
Yes.
I appreciate that, but like, were they alerted that you're doing like a live broadcast?
I don't think so.
Did they get the memo?
They know.
This is one of those studios that's got livestock, tiny livestock.
That's it. Lot of little livestock, causing all kinds of chaos.
I like it. I like little animals. I just like quiet animals. You know I like the rabbits better.
Yeah, they like the
Because
rabbits.
they don't... When they're making a noise, it's a real situation. There's like life and death.
The Phaeton. All right, the Volkswagen Phaeton. I'm gonna do that.
Okay, we're gonna look at a Volkswagen Phaeton.
Yeah.
Shout out to the chat, blowing up. Thanks, Jeffrey. We totally needed you.
We did. Volkswagen Phaeton.
Yeah, the Tesla truck is not going to be 250K. I mean, the Model 3 doesn't even go to 250K fully spec'd, I don't think. The current generation of Teslas are like everyman vehicles. They did Lexus to Toyota instead of from Toyota to Lexus. That was the whole plan all along, is start luxury so you have that reputation. That's what Mercedes is doing grudgingly right now, just because they can't maintain their luxury status anymore.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's see if we can find this Phaeton.
Finding us a Phaeton. Oh, I forgot. I can look at that. So I've looked at this before, and I don't. It sounds like Volkswagen's making something for Scientologists. Right? Isn't that what? This is a
Phaeton.
So I'm looking. Oh, the W12. Oh, so this 2006 vehicle. I remember seeing Doug DeMuro's one on it. He's our boy. Doug DeMuro talked about this weird. It's like two V6s next to each other to form a W. It's the W12. They use this engine also in a.
I'm looking at the
Rolls Royce, I think. Was it Rolls Royce, you guys?
Yeah.
Or was it that other company that Volkswagen?
Yeah, it's
I'm
true.
mixing
Yeah.
it up.
Chevy Cadillac.
Didn't Rolls Royce have like Volkswagen ownership for a minute?
It did, and actually, it's
that's when they had the W6.
Now a lot of Volkswagen Rolls are BMW manufacturer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So basically, you're spending an exorbitant sum for basically a fancier BMW.
But you got to have that spirit of ecstasy. It's all about that.
Do I know you?
Spirit of ecstasy. Speaking of animal interaction, we've
I
got
know.
a grabbing dog here.
That's our mascot, Fozzie Bear. It goes with our beaker up there from the Muppets. It's a 200-mile-an-hour Volkswagen.
Jeez. They didn't make it look like it.
No.
Look at this.
It looks awful.
It looks like a Camry.
It totally does. Yes. That's it.
Or a Cressida.
Yeah. And the
2000s.
The inside is...
like an early 2000s Avalon.
Yeah, that's it. Oh my gosh, it looks like Billy's car. Holy crap. I have a buddy with an Avalon, a Toyota Avalon.
Yeah.
Like a 2004 Avalon. That's exactly what it looks like.
That's Toyota's boat.
That is
Toyota
it.
boat.
The Toyota boat.
Toyota boat. This dog's gonna clean my teeth. Get ready, like a plecostomus.
I think we need to pay some bills.
You know, it's bill time, and this time I want to give you guys a sneak preview of what's been going on with the rock and comedy show, because there's been hilarious rock and comedy show stuff on the station lately. And
always.
Here's a chunk of it right here.
The Rockin' Cavity Show with Crazy J.
Our special guest here, the one and only Bobby Slee.
I just forgot how stupid the show was. I knew it was stupid, but I just forgot how stupid.
We're here to remind you.
Yeah, I know. I've been reminded. Thank you.
The Rockin' Cavity Show. The Rockin' Cavity Show with Crazy J.
I want to see at least a picture of the pumpkin.
No, it's personal.
She's too insisting about it, pumpkin.
I know. It's like borderline creepy.
Because I'm curious.
Because now she's gonna realize that it looks like her mom.
No, she's curious.
Just one hole.
Now she's curious.
One hole.
One hole.
Nobody has one hole.
Oh, my pumpkin does.
What type of pumpkin is that?
It's got a pumpkin with one hole.
But wait, there's more.
It's like we're selling something.
If we don't title this episode Jay's Pumpkin or One Whole Pumpkin, or Pumpkin Spice.
The Rockin' Comedy Show. This is the Rockin' Comedy Show with Crazy J.
We have Jimmy Schumer here.
You know those Crest whitening strips?
Yes.
They also work if you want to do yourself do it at home project for anal bleaching. You can put them on your raisin hole and leave them on there for a few minutes, and actually, it'll lighten up your leather Cheerio, so it looks like a nice.
Have you tried this?
No, I haven't. 'Cause I'm actually going the other direction. I'm trying to darken my up. Mine's very pink. I wanted to make it look like it's been used a little bit. You know what I mean? I wanted to make it look like an old catcher's mitt. And I can't find anybody to darken up my leather Cheerio like I'd like to have it. Everybody's in the lightning business. No one's in the darkening business.
Yes.
There could be a market for it.
Yeah.
Nobody's asked.
The closest I've got is to having a permanent tattoo on my fucking dirty penny. You know what I mean? Just round that up a little bit for me, will you? Put some mileage on that. Put the mileage on the devil's onion ring. Get down there and darken it.
I've never heard so many different names for it.
Euphemisms for the asshole.
Right.
The Rockin' Comedy Show.
Oh my gosh, the devil's onion ring though.
The devil's onion ring.
So classic. Yeah, that's the dirty penny. Holy crap. I don't know. I'm stomping on it and just giggling about it afterwards, but that's one of my favorite promos to get to do. Oh wait, hey, he's pointing out, still got the thing on there. Welcome back. It's Two Clueless Dudes on RadioVegas.rocks. I'm going to give you a smell report on these Ritz that are covered in chocolate.
You are not allowed to have chocolate. Mascot.
It smells like fingers.
Dude, they're so good. You really
they're good. I smell chocolate. I smell salty Ritz.
We did try the mint alien chocolate Twinkie, and it's actually not bad.
Did you ever accidentally smell your fingers when you're just going about the day, and they just get a layer of just the atmosphere just collects on your fingers, and they get a weird funk to them?
Yeah,
just whatever they're secreting. You didn't touch anything gross, but they just kind of built up a gross.
You ever accidentally touched your ass and then just compelled to smell your fingers just to see?
Well, you just got to check in.
You have to.
Yeah.
Because you're like, is it really that bad down there?
You're going to wash your hands anyway, but you just want to see your status report.
Yeah.
Did you get a fingery smell about this? Don't put your nose directly. You have to eat the next three of them because your nose went onto the surface of them.
My bad. My bad.
That was so...
Don't eat those ones.
That was so broadcast gold. It was the surface of your nose made, bounced off. The first three of those.
Yeah, it
kind of
smells
a fingery smell?
Like fingers or maybe a freshly washed foot.
Yes, yeah.
Even when you freshly wash your feet, they still have a weird smell,
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. In fact, unproofed pizza dough is what these smell like when you get up close to them.
Yes.
Yeah, if you worked in pizza and the dough had to sit out in proof in the trays, you can smell the doughy on it.
Chocolate covered Ritz are my favorite holiday, just snackable.
Worthy.
Fantastic. But these Twinkies...
Oh man, they taste so good.
Mint chocolate Twinkies, they're actually not bad.
I could take or leave a Twinkie normally, but when you've got the chocolate and the mint coming together, it feels like I get this cool waft of pine tree situation. Yeah. As if Christmas trees are along the sides of the road and they're swinging into the windows and wafting on me as I drive by.
It's kind of like having pine sol go through my esophagus.
Yeah.
Without killing me.
Oh, when it doesn't kill you, it's a good time.
Yeah, that's a great time.
Close to the edge.
Living on it.
It's like autoerotic asphyxiation.
Yeah.
But with sense.
It's like Aerosmith.
It's just like Aerosmith. It's
living on the edge.
When any Aerosmith song, really, I get that feeling. I'm just almost dying.
You just got to push play on life.
What I like to do
I don't want to miss a thing.
You roll down your window and then you rest the back of your head on the window ledge of your car so that everything going by just rushes above you, and you judge the distance of the trees and the poles as they go by to stay on the road as you're driving, because you're not a passenger in this situation.
That's weird.
It started out as a passenger idea, but I took it to that driver pocket if you really want to dare.
You went there. You went there. Nobody else would. You did.
I do.
So
there goer.
We watched Frozen 2.
Oh yeah, I got to give your Frozen 2 report.
Yes, we watched.
Still
Frozen
freezing.
2. Yeah, I called it Ice Cube Boogaloo. Frozen 2, the Ice Cube Boogaloo.
Frozen 2, still freezing.
So I decided to pull up Rotten Tomatoes because I wanted to see what it had gotten as far as its...
what's the tomato report?
Tomato report here. And you know, it actually has not been released. They haven't released it yet on this for some reason. I'm going to click it and see if it's... okay, no, it's been certified fresh at 75%.
Oh.
I'm here to tell you that this is not a 75% movie.
Oh, really?
No.
I didn't get that.
Some of the special effects are cool, but the songs aren't as... Like, the first Frozen
special
songs
effects,
were amazing.
though, like that, you already got me disappointed in it, even bringing up special effects. Because if I'm seeing a 3D movie that the whole thing is CG, the entire thing, I'm not watching it for special effects because it's like you have all of the effects.
Right.
You can do whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm not like going to be, wow.
I'm saying it's on par with the first Frozen. So animation wise,
and at this point we should expect that. I mean, you can just animate actual looking people now. There's no limits anymore.
But there is. The songs are not as memorable, except for this horrific, and I mean horrific, song halfway through the movie that they give Kristoff, who is the love interest of Anna, who is the Anna or whatever, the red-haired lady.
Yeah.
He gets this song just in the middle of the movie, and it's super weird. And it plays like this, even the music style and the way they do like the video, like the music
just doesn't fit that era.
It feels like 80s rock metal, kind of. It has this weird like 80s, like Hall & Oates meets Poison vibe. Like I
don't
can't.
know. Somehow I can totally picture that from that character though.
Yeah.
Doesn't he look like he's dressed for that though?
Oh, Krista. I mean,
yeah, right. It's the right kind of leather jacket. He's gonna get on his Harley.
Yeah, but but it's more like. It's less that and more White Snake almost.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to explain, but it's
aren't these people?
It was
like
super awkward.
Nordic.
Yeah.
This feels like a Nordic thing.
It was super awkward, is what it was. Like there was even the time when like he's singing and he's like on a tree and he's singing away, and then off to the side it shows like the side of just his face, and his face is just singing like up into the sky, you know, like super cheesy. Like it was really awkward. The song was really awkward. Just even like the material he was talking about, and it comes right after he has like this weird like bromantic dust up with like this other Nordic guy. It was really like all just didn't fit. And then like Anna is basically worthless. The whole movie.
Really?
She's worthless. Like, I don't even know why she's in the movie. Like, you don't need her.
So he's the protagonist of this?
No, I mean, she is... Yeah, I mean, basically, you know, it's Elsa, and then Anna goes, I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to help you. But she never, like... I mean, it feels...
Oh, you mean Anna's worthless?
Anna's, yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay. Because I'm like, Elsa's, like, in front on this poster.
But they, like, in the end, like, she does something that helps save everyone, but... Really, it's Elsa. I mean, really, it comes down to Elsa. So, I just felt like if I was Anna, dude, I would hate my sister. I would hate her. I would.
Just getting whomped on.
I would hate that bitch.
Because I really want to see one or the other of them get together with one of the Spider-Mans. Right? Elsa and Spider-Man?
Oh, Elsa and Spider-Man.
That's a real combo.
That would be a great movie. I would watch that movie.
There was a Ford versus Ferrari car movie?
Yeah, it was just released, and I want to go see it. Jeff just brought it up. He says that it was good as car movies go, but it did not
early days of the
make up for Days of Thunder, but helped. So you didn't like
Days
of Thunder?
Is it a comedy? I loved Days of Thunder.
I loved Days of Thunder. I thought that movie was boss.
Is Ford versus Ferrari a comedy?
Yeah, I don't know.
It
sure could have some funny moments.
Because that's the early days of the GT, right?
That was the birth of the GT.
Yeah, that whole beef.
With Shelby. Shelby was the one that did that, which is awesome. So I really do want to see it because
it could be hilarious.
That's an integral part of automotive history, which we've been talking about. And I don't know if you know this, but what really kind of brought this about was Ford tried to buy Ferrari.
Yeah.
And they got all the way to the table, only to find out when Ferrari found out that they weren't going to be allowed to take care of their own race program, they freaked out.
Because all Ferraris ever want to do is race.
That's it.
So
Right.
you're not going to make a deal where they don't race.
Exactly. So they were like, "Nah, this is stupid. You guys are stupid. We don't like."
Yeah, they've only ever made cars for the public grudgingly to fund race cars.
And then ironically enough, they wound up selling to Fiat.
Yeah,
so now
that's what you get. So no Ford for you. You're just stuck with Fiat.
Yeah. Either way, it starts with an F and it's only 4 letters.
With the A barfs.
It's a quasi documentary, loosely based documentary.
That is so funny.
So I do want to go see that movie. Another movie that I saw this last week was Midway.
Oh, about the island?
Yeah, which is, the new World War II.
Battle at Midway?
Yeah, it's about it's kind of about the Battle of Midway, but it's about all the events that led up to it. And
okay, that's more interesting.
They've got like Nimitz in it. They've got all of the big players, Halsey. They're all involved in some way. Cool. But the actual like storytelling is hot garbage. One, they've got 3 actors that are, for a fact, English with English accents playing American roles.
Like not even bothering to have an American accent.
And Nick Jonas trying to pull off like a New York accent. And it comes off it's so awkward and just awful. And it immediately just pulls you out of whatever is going on. And then they keep throwing it's like I feel like they like sprinkled in like a handful of characters and just threw them at the screen. And like whatever stuck, That's
so funny.
And that's kind of how they made this movie. Like there's some cool special effects, and there's a couple of like decent characters. I mean, they're all based off of like real life heroes, I guess. But some stuff that was in that movie, like, wow, did it not need to be in that movie?
Like what? What was the random stuff that was worthless?
Did you know in World War II, after Pearl Harbor, but before Midway, President authorized a bombing run on Tokyo. So they go to launch all these bombers, but there's a massive storm, and I think they're worried about not being able to get close enough because they're afraid of giving away their position. So the planes have to launch early, which means they don't have enough fuel to hit Tokyo and then come back. So they basically go over, bomb the shit out of Tokyo, and then crash in China. In Japan-occupied China.
Oh.
And the Chinese people help the American soldiers that survived the fall, the ejection, the ones that they could find. They help them, get back to safety. They help them reconnect with the Americans. But at the cost of 200,000 Chinese lives.
Damn.
To save just a few American soldiers.
They just wiped out like 200,000 Chinese.
The Japanese were like so pissed that they helped, and Japanese at that point, they were just going crazy. I don't know.
Yeah. I know China is not a fan of them right now.
But that was in this movie called Midway, which is about the Battle of Midway.
No, that's cool though, because
I know that happens
some
at
other
that
stuff. Because like just the Battle of Midway, I don't need a movie on just that. So that kind of background's interesting.
But I think it's like Aaron Eckhart is the guy that is the captain. But it happens like it's just kind of like thrown into the middle of the movie, and then like you don't see or hear anything. Like they talk about it like 1 or 2 more times, and then like overall it's maybe like 10 minutes worth of movie.
They really should have gone into more about that thing if they're going to bring it up at all.
Yeah, it just felt kind of, there it is. It just felt kind of like they just kind of threw it in, and then they talk about it at the end credits and how this was the break thing. But I just felt like, man, you really could have like not done that and maybe spent more time like developing these characters that were super bland and had like, they basically were, if you were to taste them, they would taste like cardboard. Like that was what I got out of that movie. I mean, the effects, though, amazing stuff. And you really felt the power in some of the scenes. And you really, like...
Wait, was that dude with the lip? Was that Phoenix?
Phoenix. Who do you mean?
The Phoenix guy.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah, the walk hard fellow.
No, that isn't. He's not in this movie.
Okay,
but
that guy's
it does
just
have
lippy too.
It does have. It's got a really strange. Woody Harrelson.
Oh, cool.
It's got. Who's the guy that was? Ajax. The guy that played Ajax in Deadpool. He's in it, and he's English, and he plays an American pilot. And then
there was just some names. Was it
Ed Helms? Ed Skrein? Ed Skrein.
Ed Skrein.
Oh, yeah. And then Luke Evans is the guy that played Gaston in Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
Also another English accent. And Nick Jonas, Aaron Eckhart. Yep, I was right there. And then Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid is in it too. I didn't realize that was Mandy Moore. How funny. So these are actually if you were to look at them individually, this is actually a pretty powerful list of actors, and
that's all right.
They're not mega, but not bad.
But they're not. There's no weirdos in here either. I don't get excited about a list of cast unless there's some weird folks.
I haven't seen the '70s Midway, but now at this point,
Johnny
I'm
Depp or
watch
Tim Robbins or someone weird. I mean, there's no role for that in this movie, but that's how I get excited.
Yeah, I mean,
they could throw in some wild cards, some kind of goofy character.
What kills me
is a little bit. I don't know. Maybe that's awful.
I really felt like they did a good job on the Japanese side of the movie. I feel like you understood them more. You understood their parts, especially like Yamamoto. I mean, you really felt what that guy was feeling. I felt like he did a good job. So I just don't understand how we could get it on the one side, but we couldn't on the other.
We couldn't even do our own side.
Yeah, we couldn't do our own side.
Well, that might have been the slant to the whole production. Might have been more about relating to the Japanese and not about it relating to the Americans in it. That might have been kind of intentional, but probably could have done it better.
It could have been. It could have been. And yeah, that whole war was crazy. When they bombed Pearl Harbor, they missed all of the aircraft carriers, which were the most important ship in the war. And they missed the ammo depot and the fuel depot. Had they taken all those things, all the ships would have had to have gone back to Los Angeles or San Francisco, where the main port was, or San Diego, wherever it is, to refuel and rebuild. But instead, they were able to do it there, and all the ships that they hit were all operational 6 months later.
Huh.
All of them, except for Arizona.
Wow.
But every other one that was just damaged was fully operational and sent out into war in 6 months. That's pretty impressive when you really think about it.
Wow.
Have you ever seen a banana car?
Yeah, I've actually seen at least one kind of banana car. We've only got a couple minutes. Want to close it up with a banana car?
Yeah, I just want to talk about this really quick.
Is this a fresh banana car?
This is. State trooper stops banana car driver, gives him $20 instead of a ticket.
Oh my gosh, this is 9 hours ago, this news. It's that fresh.
It's that fresh.
Do you have some kind of Google alert for anything banana related? Because you're a mascot?
You know I do.
That's what was ringing in your pocket, was that banana alert.
And I'm going to be honest, this car looks amazing.
This is a good banana mobile. You might have seen a minute ago, there's a few banana mobiles.
Oh my gosh, this was in Michigan.
The cop pulls him over just to check in on, because it's got roll bars and stuff. This banana,
it really does.
Legit.
Can
you see why the cop wanted to pull him over besides checking in on this?
Let's see here. What's interesting, the state trooper gave him... Okay. Let's see here.
Okay, I'm actually looking at a bunch of the same banana car from different angles.
It is a state trooper gave it the seal of approval in the form of a $20 bill. Let's see here. Heading out on a 1,400-mile road trip to Texas, was stopped early Sunday morning by a curious state trooper on the US 223 near Adrian, Michigan. After he shared a few colorful stories of his cross-country drives, the cop no doubt ran his plate, which reads "Split," hilarious, and found no problems, so he gave him back his license wrapped in a $20 bill.
Nice.
Just to be like, here you go, this is for your time. That is cool.
That's way cool.
And it's built on a 1994 vintage 302 cubic inch Mustang engine.
So it overheats.
Yeah, and it has the banana fuel economy of just 13.3 miles per gallon. But he claims he gets closer to 15.
So wait, I saw a picture of someone following this thing in one of those Scion, what is it, the HB, the one that looks like a toaster?
Oh my gosh,
and
yes.
with big old toast
The
on the
XB.
top of it. XB, yeah. So wait, let me try to get to it because it was. Here we go. This is so sick. Someone's got a Scion XB with toast on the top of it.
That's amazing.
That's a lid on the jar. I tell you what, that's
God.
a balanced breakfast.
That's a Nobel-winning photo right
And look,
there.
they've got the completely
Pulitzer
flat.
Prize winner.
Their hubcaps are completely flat silver, like a knob.
That's perfect. That's awesome. I love it.
It's some legit wheat toast. It's really well textured.
That's
well,
awesome.
That's it. We've got to shut down with that fella.
We're done. Thanks for tuning in to Two Clueless Dudes. Thanks if you're listening to RadioVegas.rocks. Catch y'all later.
All right, next up.